Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of our Let's Build of the Roger Williams Park Zoo. I know it's been a little bit, but hopefully this episode is worth it. Basically, in this episode, we're building the main gift shop in the zoo. So, as you guys know, I've been working on the Marco Polo Trail for a little bit, and last episode I did the Moon Bear. And basically, the only exhibit left in that entire section is the Dromedary Camel, of course. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I've been having some issues with the dromedary camel for the last few patches. Basically, in the last update, when they updated all the models, they basically broke a select few animals, and the dromedary or the Bactrian camel was one of them. So I couldn't update my mod, and because of that, I had to delay the episode, and that's the main reason I did the Marco Polo Trail backwards to begin with. So this episode was just meant to be a little bit of a filler episode. And it turned into the longest build I've ever done for the entire series. So this is all 16 times speed. So normally my episodes that are a half hour long are about 8 times speed. And this is still like a 25-minute long video. So you can put the context. I think this is about 8 hours of building in total. And on the outside, you're like, oh, well, I don't understand. It seems pretty straightforward. You seem like you have the entire building almost done. And normally, if I was doing just the exterior, you would be correct. But I decided I wanted to do the entire interior of the gift shop and make that super accurate. More accurate than any other build I've done so far. So I guess we could just kind of get started. Basically, the main gift shop is called Discover the Wild, and it's located right outside of the Marco Polo Trail. It's right next to the Gibbons, which will be probably the next episode. And basically, it's just kind of like it's basically the main centerpiece gift shop for the zoo. There's a few others that I know I've done in the past. I did like the Maasai Marketplace and the Zufari Outpost and stuff, but this is the main like interior gift shop that has pretty much all the zoo's merchandise in it. And it basically has this kind of interesting design to it because it has a second floor that is inaccessible to zoo guests, but it's for like staff facilities and stuff. So I basically had to like make a staircase for this entire thing. And when we get to it, I'll address it. But they have like this zebra patterning that wraps around the entire interior of the gift shop. And so I basically there's an item in the game that is that exact zebra pattern. So if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have been able to recreate it. Addressing what I'm doing right now, I'm basically building a custom fence or railing for the outside of the zoo gift shop. There's like a little bit of a entrance overhang, and so I wanted to make that a custom piece. So that's going to be kind of a common trend with this entire episode is I made pretty much everything custom unnecessarily. So immediately right now I'm just doing kind of the exterior trims and stuff, and I'm using basically like the props I've been using for a bit, which are like the East Asia planks and stuff. But in a minute we're gonna start seeing what I do with the interior, and that's gonna be a lot of interesting new props that I haven't really used in the past, but like I'm using them now, so that should be interesting. I also make so this what I'm doing right now is I'm building kind of the gift shop based off of memory right now, and then about halfway through the video I actually went to visit the zoo, and I did a bit of a suspicious thing by taking pictures of the interior of the gift shop, but it was just for collecting reference for this episode, so to make it super high accurate. And yeah, I mean, I think it paid off in the end. It looks really good. And I should mention, even though this is a long video, there was several hours of stuff off screen that I didn't even address. Like I didn't even record. Just but you'll see it all at the end when I do like the little slideshow style, overview of the episode or of the build that I made. But addressing this, so like I said, I'm starting out. I did that second floor, and that included stuff like the scaffolding and stuff on the ceiling. So I basically, I got some reference images, which I can pull up here. And basically I just tried to mimic it as best I can, and so that included all the scaffolding. I made the piping, the lights, everything, just to get it accurate. So what you see me doing here is I'm about to build the staircase, and so I placed down some of the sloped ramps just so that I could get a accurate angle for the staircase, just so that I wasn't basing it off of nothing. Just so that I could get the angle right, because obviously I'm trying to build a staircase within some constraints within a certain, parameter of size. And so just getting those kind of reference angles really helped. And then same thing here, I'm just using an even steeper, angle just so that I can make sure that the higher up staircase also works out. So that wasn't too hard. And it's not a functional staircase, which is a little bit of a shame, but like I said, it's inaccessible to guests anyway, so it's not really a big thing. But the good news with this gift shop is you can hypothetically have guests walk around the entire gift shop. So there's a pass system inside the gift shop, and it's fully accessible to the outside, and so everything does actually line up. So what you can see me doing here is I'm starting to do some of the piping that is on the inside of the gift shop. It ropes around or wraps around the entire top of the building, and later on I do more piping. I don't know if I recorded it on screen or off screen, but basically I do it later on, even more advanced. So what you see me doing here is kind of the spoiler. I make individual merchandise for this entire gift shop, and I know a lot of people have done gift shops for their zoos. I don't know anyone who's done individual merchandise that is accurate for their zoos. So you can see me here. I'm using, I think, gutters. It's a small piece that a lot of creators use, and I'm basically using it here to make what are custom stuffed animals. So as you can see here, I'm making a little elephant right now, and it's a cute little thing. I got it. I used the elephant statue as a size thing, and then from there, I basically make I basically make plushies of every animal that's in the zoo. So right now, you can see me making a zebra. Now I'm making a giraffe, and like I said, I'm using the elephant body that I made as a base, and then just modifying it. So there's our giraffe. I think right now I'm making a red panda. And then later on, actually, I make a variant of this red panda, which is the official Roger Williams Park Zoo plushie, which is a red panda with a blue shirt. So I eventually make that too as well. And then I think around this time is where I start making variants. I was like, okay, well, what are some other animals in the zoo that don't really fit that category? So I made a little seal here. And then from that seal, I would eventually make, I think, a otter and a Komodo dragon and stuff like that. Yep, there's my otter that I made right here. And then I changed it to an alligator at one point because, weirdly enough, the zoo is preparing for alligators at the zoo. So I knew this was a thing for a bit, but we're going to be getting albino alligators soon. In our new reptile house, which I don't know where they're building it again. Rumors said it was going to be at the old education center, but from some of the zookeepers, they said that it was maybe going to be built into the new entrance to the zoo. And so I'm not really sure about that, but they are preparing for albino alligators seemingly relatively soon because the gift shop already has albino alligator plushies. So what you see me doing here is I went on the workshop, and I want to credit the person who made this little gift shop stand. So I'll link their thing in the description. But basically, it really helps because it made the work a little bit easier for me when I make eventually custom shirts and stuff. Now, it didn't help me a ton, which is it kind of to be expected because, like I said, I make a bunch of custom assets and stuff. So you see me right here. They have like a little display in the back of the gift shop that's kind of like African inspired, like arts and crafts and stuff. And like I said, I used the, this was when I wasn't going off of reference for individual merchandise. But then later on, you see me modify everything to be completely accurate. So right now, you just see me like getting like kind of shelving in and stuff, and I eventually changed that. And then this is me placing down the actual gift shop checkout thing, so it's a functional gift shop. Just hiding those railings so that, you know, when people walk up, they don't really notice whatever. And so there's nothing super sophisticated with this part. In a few minutes, it basically cuts to after my visit to the zoo, and when I go hyper realistic, and then I'm changing the flooring and everything, you know, related to that. So I'm trying to figure out what sign I should use for the outside. For some reason, I would love it if they just had a standard dyeable banner. I don't know why it's not an option. Like, I don't know why the closest one you can have still has that kind of wooden brown border. I'm not really a fan of it personally, but I would really love it if Frontier could just please add just a basic white banner that is, you know, roughly that same size, just without the additional, like, you know, border. So now you see me at it, kind of making the front of the gift shop, and I'm making they have a specific merchandise area for the Faces of the Rainforest, which is their big South America building section. So I thought I was done with animal plushies, and then, like I said, no, I'm now making individual South American animals. So I made an anteater. Right now I'm making a howler monkey. I have the otters. Later on in the video, I make a Chilean flamingo. Like I said, I went like crazy with this build for no reason. And so, like, right now, like I said, I'm very loosely basing the gift shop off of what I know, or what I remembered was there. So I knew there was, like, a little book display in the back, and I knew there was, like, you know, t-shirts to the back right of the store, and I knew there was a plushie wall on the left side. But then, after I go to the zoo, I think I went twice, actually. I went twice because I remember my girlfriend got upset at me. Because she was like, Nick, you can't be taking pictures inside of a gift shop. That's the most sus thing you can do. You know, like, the employees are going to look at you. And I'm like, no, I'll hide it, you know? And then she's like, yeah, but what if you're caught? And I'm like, I'll explain what I'm doing. But objectively, I agree. That would have been, like, the weirdest thing. Like, explaining, you know, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm making a realistic recreation of the gift shop in a zoo game. They would have been like, especially considering a lot of them are probably like high school kids and stuff. They'd be like, yeah, just no filming in here. That's, yeah, no. But you can see me here. I'm basically making that kind of plushie wall right now. And then I really like this. I made a bargain bin because when I went the last time, they had a sale on a bunch of Moon Bear plushies that no one wanted. They were like literally like $5, but no one wanted these Moon Bear plushies, and so they were trying to phase them out. So they were like really dirt cheap. And I will say that like the gift shop is a little bit pricey comparatively to other zoos and stuff I've been to. Shirts can go anywhere from $20 to $35. Plushies are all like $25 plus. Even the small ones are like $13. So, definitely not, you know, the cheapest thing ever, but, I must say I have bought, some stuff from the zoo. Oh, I made this is meant to be a snow leopard that I just made there. Like I said, I'm making, like, a couple of more custom, stuffed animals where it was easier. I think I made I made a cheetah and a snow leopard. Now I'm making a flamingo. But, yeah, so basically, as I was building this, like, this part is just me, you know, kind of going off of memory of a lot of stuff, and then just kind of placing down some stuff, because originally this is where I sort of thought this was going to be the end. I thought, you know, okay, you know, this vaguely looks like the gift shop, but I was wrong, and I basically changed quite a bit about it. So you can see me here making some more signs and stuff. They have a little like bead display that they sell, and a few other items, and I just wanted to include all of those. But now we can actually address the outside of the gift shop. So the outside of the gift shop, which, like I said, connects to what is the Snake House and the Marco Polo Trail, is basically this big pavilion, which when I was younger was just that. It was just a pavilion. In recent years, they added this big party tent it's for parties, obviously. And so that takes up like the majority of the pavilion, and it's also where they keep their Indian peafowl, or peacock, as many people refer to it. And I don't know if many people on I know on my Discord people know this, but I absolutely despise peacocks. They are the worst animal at any zoo, and they're at every zoo. But I'm going to give you the reasons why peacocks are the worst. So number one, they're annoying as hell. All they do is go, yeah, 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 give me attention. Yeah. And number two, they're free roaming. They're the only free roaming animals at a zoo besides squirrels. They just kind of run around. They just, everyone wants to gawk at them and take pictures and stuff. They're just the worst. And like I said, they're able to just free roam. So they want to be, at the food court and picking at kids' food. Why not? Oh my god, it's so adorable. It's just obnoxious. And they're the worst. They're the absolute worst. And that's why I really hate the Bronx Zoo, because most zoos have like one or two peacocks. The Bronx Zoo has like 15,000 of them. Okay, rant over about peacocks for a minute, because I want to address this. So this is after I visited the zoo, and you can see me like changing some of the architecture layout of the build, and some of the colorization of stuff that I couldn't get accurate before. So basically right now you can see me, I'm like adding, there's a bathroom at the front, I totally forgot about, so I wanted to add that in, and I wanted to change about 50% of the flooring, because it's not all black carpet, part of it is like tiled, so you see me addressing that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to address the fact that I'm obviously modifying all of the, the structures of the building. So back on to peacocks. So peacocks are just, oh my god, they're the worst. They're just the worst. Birds are already annoying usually, and I can deal with most birds. Like, I live in New England, so seagulls are an issue. But peacocks are just the worst because everyone thinks they're pretty, but they're not. They're just horrible. They're just turkeys that are green when you think about it. And everyone wants to, just, and look at the female peafowls, right? They're just gray. They just look like normal pheasants. But because the males are pretty, oh my god. Like, they're the worst. And I hate them, and zoos just need to get rid of them. I would be fine if, like, most zoos had, like, free roaming monkeys or something. If they had, like, lemurs running around the zoo, I would have no issue, because lemurs aren't annoying. But peacocks, they eat your food, they peck at you because they're birds, and they're loud. So, no matter where you are in a zoo, you're hearing a peacock. God, I really hate peacocks, but, teach his own. What I'm modifying now is the roof section of the gift shop. So if you might have seen before, I originally had like this kind of glass cage or whatever. I didn't realize that the glass cage went pretty much the entire length of the building. And you can also see me here, for some reason there's no slate roof that's flat that has the same texture as the curved sides. So I had to make I think I used the African terracotta roofs and just painted them to be roughly the same shade as the slate. And then I used some primitive pieces and dyed them the same shape just so that they could fit correctly, and wrap around this kind of like aviary style glass section. And so yeah, basically I just wanted to kind of like fix that up just to make it a little bit more accurate to the zoo. But and you see me just kind of like modifying it and stuff. It was like a lot of like tedious work, and like I said, this is 16 times speed. So it obviously took quite a bit. But I think we're kind of rounding out close to the end of the video right about, well, not now, but in a couple of minutes. Um, and so you see me doing what I was telling you at the beginning of the video. I basically am, adding the rest of the pipe work. The second level that I mentioned before is actually they hide it behind some white tarps because there's some crates and boxes back there. So you actually see me modifying them a little bit, and then I'm modifying the pipes so that they're all accurate and functional, so that they wrap around the building correctly. Um, and then I did some minor adjustments to walls and stuff to make sure that, because the walls aren't 100% glass all around. Some areas where there's glass, they have just kind of like a white slate, I don't know what you would call it, slate, adjustments or something. And I'm just adding a little bit more detailing to stuff like the plushie wall and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I recorded it on camera, but I did make a lot more merchandise for the interior. So that included things like I made custom umbrella stalls, and I made magnet stands, and I made, what are those, candy necklace stands and stuff. Like I said, I took a ton of reference photos from the actual zoo of individual merchandise. So if you actually downloaded this map, which I'll eventually have available, I know people have been asking, oh, are you gonna have this downloadable at the end? I will have this downloadable once the zoo is completed. I don't think it's really worth it doing it like when it's incomplete. But when it's complete, I will have the whole map downloadable, and you will be able to look at individual merchandise and compare it to its real-life counterpart. So every shirt is the same color as it would be as it's hung on the wall in real, at least as of today. Like as of August of 2020, the all the merchandise is in the exact location. So obviously, like in the future, I don't know if they're gonna keep up the Faces of the Rainforest area and stuff, but as of August 2020, the Faces of the Rainforest merchandise is accurate to how it should look. There are socks in locations on the wall that are accurate to where the socks are located. Books are where they should be. I'm making individual signage that is like kind of on the sides of the walls and stuff like that. And I'm just copying around the trim on the outside of the building just because it wasn't looking, as nice as the front. So my good old friend East Asian Planks helping me out there. And then I think there's a little bit of the pathing that's poking out the back, and I eventually changed that off camera just because that was a little bit annoying. And right now you see me, I'm adding individual lights to the Giftshop. Like I said, I did a lot of minor tweaking off camera. So you're going to see in the final screenshots and stuff, there's probably more lights, more merchandise, more stands and stuff. And it was just for the sake of, this is already like a half-hour long video. I did a poll because I was going to include this episode with the Gibbon episode, and everyone agreed. They're like, if it's going to be a 45-minute to an hour-long episode, just include that. Not worth at this speed. It's not worth it. You might as well just make a second part for the Gibbons. Because the Gibbon mod, I do have, that is done. So, like I said, that'll probably be the next episode with the restaurant. Which used to be the Wilderness Express something, but now it's the it's like 401, which is like a reference to the Rhode Island area code. Because all of Rhode Island shares one area code for our phones. Yeah, so the last thing I wanted to do is just kind of the back of the gift shop. It's not a functional, back entrance, but and you can't actually access it in the actual zoo, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But I actually really liked it because I really like the classical look of classic zoos. So I believe the gift shop used to be the Camel House way back in the day. And then they obviously modified it over the years, and it's just become like a classic, standard zoo gift shop. And it's got some, ivy that's on the sides of the walls. And I really like that aesthetic. But finally, we are here at the end of the episode, looking at the little demons that are known as peacocks. And as you can see, I added like more. I added phone cases and individual figurines of animals from like Safari Ltd. and just a ton of more merchandise. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. This took a long time to create, but you know, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.